This morning, being Mother's Day, I thought rather than hearing just from me, it might be fun and interesting and informative to hear from several of the mothers in our congregation of different ages with different ages of children. So our thanks to Yemi and Jane and Camille and Milfordine, who will be joining us in a moment because she's doing double duty this morning, also singing in the women's choir. And we're going to be reflecting a bit on motherhood and spirituality and how the two intersect and impact and change sometimes one another. So we're going to do this kind of in a panel format, so different people will speak. You'll get to hear from everyone. They might speak more than once on a topic, and it's kind of a Ford Street Presbyterian spiritual view, I guess, if you happen to watch The View on TV. I don't, but I've seen it a time or two for a bit. So we're going to get started. Milfordine is on her way and will join us in a minute. The first thing we're going to talk about is how has being a mother enhanced your spirituality? And how has your spirituality enhanced being a mother? Being a mother sometimes changes how you think about faith and God and spirituality and life. And your faith and spirituality and the way you think about God sometimes changes the way you mother. So that's what we're going to talk about first.
The choir was singing all through the night. I know that was sort of one of my pivotal spiritual moments, is that with my first child, I was up all through the night. And that gave me a lot of time to pray, actually. So it really, being a mother, enhanced my spirituality because it allowed me a lot of time to pray. But it also was a bit of a challenge. It made me wonder, how much will the Lord let me bear in terms of being sleep deprived and all that sort of thing. But I think that, being a mother just opened me up to see that it's amazing that we can have such a capacity to love. And with having a second child, I fretted and I wondered, will I be able to love another child as much as I loved my first one? And then lo and behold, there I was able to, love a second child as much. And it's just, kind of lets you see sort of what God does with us, that He's able to love each of us. You think, is there any possible way that He could love us anymore? And then He can. So.
Being a firm believer that a baby is God's belief that the world should go on makes having children fun. I'm also a little hesitant this morning because I have to be careful what I say, because all 4 Petrie girls are here today, and I don't want to get a talking to when I get home. But babies, children. The other thing is that I think I discovered, I know when I graduated from college, I was convinced that 75% of what a child was the environment. 25% was biology or God's gift. Well, I have learned that environment is very important, but that every one of these human beings that we bring into the world comes with their own set of norms, what they are, how they're going to handle things, and you work hard to make sure that each one of these young people get what they need, not necessarily what you want them to have, not necessarily what you want them to be, but they get to develop who they really are, and spiritually that can sometimes be a challenge.
For me, before I was a mother, I knew how to love. I knew I loved my mother and I would do anything for her. But it wasn't until I actually became a mother that I fully understood or had a more deepened sense of what being a mother is. And I sometimes think about, how Christ loved us and how much He truly sacrificed so that we might have the greatest gift of all. And so translating that and thinking about motherhood has really, it's been a selfless sacrifice. It's been the best thing I've ever done. Being a mother is amazing, and I always use Christ as a role model. He was a man, but in that sense of him being the all-giving, you know, the one that is the guide and the role model, and spiritually being there is the greatest. So that's how my being a mother has enhanced my spirituality.
I find children God's gift. And when I was fortunate enough to have Lawrence, my spirituality began to be enhanced immediately because I had been given this gift. And late well, not too late in my pregnancy, because Lawrence was born prematurely. And what a gift that he, being born prematurely, he still just caught up. But there were some challenges in the pregnancy kind of late. And my doctor, at the time, was carrying my records around with him in his car, no matter where he was, because he wanted to make sure that he had everything he needed if Lawrence came early. So I knew what a gift I had. And then after Lawrence's father and I divorced and I remarried, I was given the gift of another child, a stepdaughter. I always tell people I don't do marriage well, but I parent extremely well, I think. So here I have a stepdaughter, and both of my children have been nothing but gifts to me. They've never been a moment's trouble, you know, anything big or anything like that. So how can one not get stronger and stronger in the spirit? Every time Lawrence leaves home and gets home back safely, I'm blessed again. If I call my daughter long distance and we talk, I'm blessed again. So if the two things go together for me, if that's making any sense. I'll hold on until you let me know.
Anybody else want to say anything on that topic?
You know, just to go back, you were saying about that you think about Christ's example, and I think one of the things that that motherhood has kind of made me question about my spirituality is the presence of Mary in sort of all of the, you know, the verses and in the lore of Christianity, and just what she had to have gone through that we sometimes don't think about. You know, having to, you know, we don't know what he was like as a little boy or a young man, you know, and just what that must have been like to have a child that she had to let go in such a way, you know, knowing that he was going to fulfill his greater promise of what he was meant to be. So yeah, just an additional thought that I had.
Okay. Anybody else?